And next, I'm going to introduce you the near future and the future.
Again, I'm Joe Hudy. I'm 18 years old. I live in Phoenix, Arizona in the U.S. I go to ASU right now, just starting this school year. It's my first year of college. I just finished an internship with Intel. I was with Intel for 2 years. It's my second time having an internship. And then right now I'm doing an internship with SketchUp, a 3D software program. If you don't know, it's once was owned by Google, but now it's owned by a company named Trimble. This was me at Boulder Maker Faire. I've been to a lot of Maker Fairs, if you can't tell. There's all on my wrist right here. So what did I start making? When I first started making, I was making things out of water bottles and kickballs and stuff like that. First thing I think I made more of was these water bottle rockets. My dad drinks a lot of Mountain Dews, well, used to. And there was a lot of popped kickballs. So I would just disassemble the kickballs, take the valves, and make water bottle rockets out of them. And then I made little things like door openers, hot wire foam cutters, just out of things I had around the house. I didn't really have a lot of stuff, so I just took apart toys, sometimes got in trouble for that. And then we moved into a new house, so I had a lot of cardboard going on. So I built chairs and trebuchets. Both of them didn't work out very well. They both collapsed once I put weight on it. It was kind of sad for the chair because I spent an entire 2 days cutting that out. So then after the trebuchet failed, I thought, you know, I'm going to go to Home Depot and buy some wood and actually make a good one. And it was actually from Instructables I got the instructions from. And so then after that, I was like, I really like making things that shoot things across a distance. And I thought, well, why not an air cannon would work awesome. So I built this air cannon, which we dubbed the Extreme Marshmallow Cannon, because that was the only thing I was allowed to shoot at the moment. So I was having a lot of fun doing all this stuff. I didn't know what I was making. I didn't know I was learning while I was doing this, but it turns out you are, and it's just a fun way to doing it. And so how did I get involved in making necessarily is a technical term. It was my first Maker Faire. When I was younger, for my 14th birthday, I got tickets to my first Maker Faire. I still have the wristband, actually. It's right around here somewhere in this mess. It's only been off for a total of 5 minutes, I think. And so I went to my first Maker Faire, and I was like, this is the place for me. This is an awesome place to learn. I showed off the air cannon. I got met a lot of people, made a lot of friends, learned a lot. And so then after going to a couple of them, I met President Obama at his White House Science Fair. I was invited to go to the White House Science Fair, and he walked into the room and said, hey, can we shoot this cannon? And I was like, sure, because you really can't say no to the president. So then we shot it off, and a photographer got this awesome photo of his mouth just ajar and amazed. I didn't know about it until a couple hours later on. So then the next thing I went to after that is I built a full-body 3D scanner using the Kinect sensor. And I went to a convention called SIGGRAPH, which is this 3D software and design convention. And right there you can see the scanner, and then I'm on a turn plate, which you turn around and it goes up and down and it scans you. And you can 3D print the scan. And so then when I actually got the chance to go to Rome. This was my first time out of the country. And I did a talk in front of 2,000 people. And I met the CEO of Intel there. That's actually how I got my job at Intel. I was 16 at the time, and he came up to me and said, hey, you should work for us. And I was like, okay. I didn't know who he was at the time. And later on, my mom's like, do you know who that is? And I was like, no, who is that? She's like, that's the CEO of Intel. And I was like, oh. I should probably have been a lot nicer. So then I got to go to Rome again this year. Actually, Quinn's there too, right around there, and this photo's right there. And then my first day actually at Intel was at CES on the opening ceremony. I guess you could say that's probably the best first day of work you could probably have. Also, probably the most intimidating one. So then after that, I got to go to the White House State of the Union, and I got to meet Michelle Obama and Barack Obama again. That was my second time meeting him. I met him 3 times now. And I got to be on a panel and stuff. So then after that, a year ago, I was actually here for last year's Maker Faire, and I got to do a talk at Shenzhen Middle School, and it was a lot of fun. A lot of people were really excited about making, and it's a lot of fun seeing that here. And so then my first actual exhibit with Intel as a job was Maker Faire Bay Area, which is the largest Maker Faire. And I showed off a 10 by 10 by 10 RGB LED cube. And what that is a 3D display of LEDs, and they're all controlled by the Intel's Galileo board. Slowly it stopped working throughout the day, but I had a week or two to build it. So then next I was at the first ever White House Maker Faire, which was really fun, and it was really cool part about it was I got to announce it, which was a lot of fun to do. I had to read from teleprompter. I'd never had to do that before. That was really hard to do. So then when we were there, I was showing off the 10 by 10. There it is actually lighting up. And then we were there, and Quinn's family came up to us, and they're like, you know that you're in the White House gift shop? There's a photo of you there. And we did not know that, so we came running into the gift shop, like just making a mess, being loud and everything. And the owner actually came out asking what was going on. And we're like, I'm in the photo. And they're like, yes, yes, you are. So then after that, I got to go to Maker Faire Paris 2 years in a row, actually. This is my second year on the right-hand side and first year on the left-hand side. I met a lot of people, brought the Canon with me because they like it over there. And so here's a list of all the Maker Faires I've been to. This is my 28th Maker Faire, I think. I only have wristbands for the flagship ones, which is Bay Area and New York. Detroit doesn't give wristbands. Well, they do, but they fall off because they're plastic. So all the wristbands here are just from New York and Bay Area. So after going to these Maker Faires, I learned a lot, and I wanted to make a project out of what I've learned. This was the first thing I made. It was, I think, 2015 that I made this. And it's a 3 by 3 by 3 LED cube. It's a smaller version of the 10 by 10, of course, a lot easier to build. And I actually sell this on Amazon, Maker Shed, and other resources. And it was the first thing I've actually made, and as a product. It was a lot of fun doing. I learned a lot from it. And so after that, I had an internship at Microchip, and I was doing a lot of soldering there. And I thought, surface mount soldering was mostly what I was doing. I was like, not a lot of people know how to surface mount solder in America, so I thought I should make a kit that taught a lot of people how to do that, and this is what I came up with. It's an 8 by 8 display of LEDs that are controlled by 2 shift registers. Oh, there you go. So this is another picture of the 10 by 10 by 10 LED cube. It says 12 by 12 for some reason. And then what I was working on, didn't get time to finish at Intel, was a full-body, fully automated 3D scanner. What that means is that you'd be able to walk up to it, it would automatically start scanning you and send you a file of your entire body. And then you could take that and you could 3D print that out, or you could send it to a warehouse and they could 3D print you in color possibly. So last thing I wanted to leave you is don't be bored, make something. It's kind of the motto. It's how I got started. I was bored. I live in a remote area and didn't have a lot to do, so I just started making a lot of stuff. So this is my motto, and I want you guys all to know if you have an idea, you can turn it into reality and you can make things. Thank you.
Thank you, Julie. I have a question for you. How do you dry this thing? Do you use hair dryer? Do you try this with this hair dryer? The straps on you? Just towel. I try to keep the Maker Faire strap on my hand for quite a few days, but it's just killing me. So it's a lot of passion that remains on your hand, and it goes through all the Maker Faires. And I think it's also for Queen. It's the first time to China, and 14 years old. I think it means a lot. He has seen a lot, and they are the future and the near future. And Julie, you cannot call yourself a young maker anymore. You are adult makers. So we are expecting more things from you.